Well, ISIS has just executed a few imams who spoke out against the burning of the Jordanian pilot. This is what happens. This may seem academic to many of you. That's what happens when you do not have freedom of speech. This is what happens when you do not have freedom of religion. And this is what happens when you have regimes such as ours who want to run around and criticize places like Charles Hebdo. You know, Obama dumped on them today at the prayer breakfast. Did you know that? Obama dumped on the French magazine. He says, kind of, if you're gonna run out and do that kind of thing, you've got to understand what's going to happen to you. Well, no, you don't. Not if you really have freedom of speech. You do not have to understand how you're going to get murdered. Especially if you're telling jokes. Freedom of speech does not mean you recognize you might get murdered for it. Freedom of religion and freedom of speech does not mean that you have to recognize you might get killed for it. It's precisely the opposite. But ISIS, and I don't think our drive-bys get that. And it's not just the drive-bys. I have been alarmed at what appears to me to be an increasing number of people willing to agree with the premise that, you know, we ought to shut certain people up if they're offending others. We ought not offend people. They ought not have the right to offend people. That's just not right. That's definitely not somebody who agrees with or even understands the concept of free speech. But anyway, ISIS has executed, I don't know how many, I just had a chance to glance at this as the break was ending. But ISIS has executed some imams for fellow Islamists for condemning the burning alive of the Jordanian pilot. And I imagine this will cause a lot of people to, this is why moderate Muslims don't speak up, because they too will be executed.